Hey peeps, I'm heading to the comic shop. They have a new collection. Let's see what I can find. Let's start. Hey ladies and gents, Rob here. Check it out. So I hit the store, found some pretty cool books. I think you're gonna like them. Some of these books I think are in the top 10 list this week, and some aren't. They're just cool covers. Let's start with the comics. Okay, the first comic we have here is this one, Amazing Spider-Man 294. By the way, which is part of that legendary Kraven's Last Hunt series. Now this is part 5, as you can see right here. I paid $25 for it. This is a book you could have gotten a few months ago, or maybe a little bit longer ago, for a couple of bucks, but it's since gone up because they've already cast a character to play Kraven. Aaron Taylor Johnson, the kid from Kick-Ass, well now he's going to be apparently playing Kraven. So if you see this book in the dollar bin, and you can probably still find it there. You probably want to pick it up for yourself or for a flip or whatever, but this book is hot right now. It's going for about, on high grade, about $20 to $40. This is a newsstand, this is a high grade. We'll see where this book goes, guys. Okay guys, the next comic I have here is pretty cool. It's the Savage Sensational SheHulk number 3. This is from the 2005 series. And this book, I guess, is kind of like an homage to Iron Man 100. Anyway, this book has some first appearances in it. It has the first appearance of Mr. Ouroboros, who I have no idea who that is. And we do have Mr. Paradox. Oh, apparently they're clones of Mr. Mobius from the TVA. So this is a TVA book. It's maybe one you want to look for. I paid about 10 bucks for it. And it goes for about 50. So if you see this one, great cover. I guess decent first appearances. This is probably a good spec book if you can find it for a couple of bucks. All right, I also have this really cool book right here, Spider-Verse 1. This is another variant. This is the first appearance of Spider-Zero, and according to what we were learning is there's a chance that Spider-Zero may be related to Miles Morales. And I think her first appearance as a child is in Miles Morales Spider-Man 13. So if you see that book for cheap, get that one. That one goes for about $20. This one goes for about $10 to $15. It's a cool variant. You know, there's lots of variants for this book. This is the 5th cover. You see this for a couple of bucks. I think this book is a really good spec. If you see any of the other variants, or even the regular cover, I suggest you get those too. Hey guys, if you ever sell your comic collection, I recommend Infinity Comics. They're a great company, they pay fair, they buy collections large or small. If you do contact them, tell them your pal Rob sent you. All right, this next book I have here is called Huck. This is this is an Albuquerque variant. This is a Mark Millar book, and I'm buying, I guess, everything Mark Millar nowadays. Anyway, I just read the book a few minutes ago. This is issue 1 of, I guess, 4 or 5 or 6. I don't know, I haven't read it yet. But so far, I love the story. This character, Huck here. Anyway, he has powers, he has abilities, you know, like a superhero. But he kind of like, keeps everything quiet. He works in a small town, lives in a small town, where he does something every day, a good deed every day. He actually does stuff even around the world too, to help people. Anyway, but the thing is you have to keep it secret. One day, a new young lady moves into town. I guess she's a reporter to live, and she learns about Huck. So she decides to alert the media. Well, as you can imagine, I haven't gotten, at the end of the story is when he woke up to the media in front of his house. I haven't gotten to issue 2 yet, but this should be an interesting read here. Now, anything that Mark Millar does is Netflix optional. So will they ever do this story? I don't know. I got it for free. Thank you, Daryl from To Be Continued Comics. I appreciate it. I bought some books, gave me some free ones. This is one of them right here. Great read. I recommend this series. I've only read 1 issue, but so far it looks pretty good. And it's a good spec. I don't know. This is it'd be kind of a cool book, but this is not like a super action book so far. This next book I have here is Marvel vs. DC #1. Or excuse me, DC versus Marvel #1. First Marvel DC crossover in a long time in comic book form. I believe a lot of these battles were voted on by, I guess, people voting. So, you know, you have Wolverine versus Lobo, Superman versus Hulk, stuff like that. I got this book for a couple of bucks. This book goes for about $20 plus, I think. Fun read. It's a good spec. It's the first comic crossover. We know there's a crossover in the Treasuries. You know, Spider-Man versus Superman, Hulk versus Batman. But this is, you know, the first Marvel DC versus Marvel series. So, good book for a couple of bucks. I'd buy it. Okay, this next book I have here is Peter Parker, Spectacular Spider-Man #1 from 2017. And this is the first full appearance of Teresa Parker in comic book form, standard comic book form. Apparently her first appearance was in a graphic novel called Family Business. So this is her first comic appearance. In this book, you can probably find for, I'm guessing, I think I paid $5 for it. It probably goes for about $10, I think. Apparently she's been reintroduced in the Amazing Spider-Man 67. So this book got popular. Will we see his character? Well, in the Spider-Verse, you probably will. Okay, this next book here was a pure cover buy. Aliens, Colonial Marines #1. Anything Aliens, gotta get it. I've had this book in the past. I think I even bought it when it was new, believe it or not. Great cover. Like I said, this book isn't very valuable. Is it a good spec book? Probably not. But for a great cover, well, I couldn't pass it up. All right, next book I have here is Image Comics Summer Special, free comic book day issue. It has a pretty cool cover. You got Invincible, you got Spawn, Savage Dragon, and Witchblade. Anyway, this book does have one first appearance. It has the first appearance of Furnace, who apparently is a Invincible villain. So for those who are collecting Invincible villains, there's one more right here. It's a good spec. Possibly, if Furnace becomes a significant villain in the Invincible verse, maybe. But anyway, you should find this book for, you know, not very much, a couple dollars. It's listing for $10 to $15, but I think it goes for a couple of bucks. Next book I got here is Showcase 73. And this is the first appearance and origin of this character called Creeper, who is an oddball character. Anyway, I got this for not very much. It's like in very good shape. It probably goes for about, I guess, 20, 30 bucks, I guess. It's not high grade, but it's the first appearance from a very colorful character. It's a good spec. I'm not sure if we'll ever see his character in anything. Okay, guys, Mark Millar for the win. I found this one too. Nemesis #1, 3rd print. And I have 2 variants, one regular cover, one second print, and I have a 3rd print. If you guys can see that. This is an awesome story. I hope they put this, I'm sure it's been optioned by Netflix. I hope they do this title right. This is an excellent book. If you haven't read this book, you need to. At least read the first book, or first story. It's incredible. This character here is, imagine Batman being evil. That's this character right here. This book is kind of cold because there's no buzz right now. This book I think is an excellent spec. This might be my spec book of the day right here. Hey, if you got a good value out of this video, please leave a like. If you enjoy the comics, please leave a like. If you have any questions about the comics, the prices, the video, or anything else, put that in the comment section below. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. I'll be seeing you really soon.